Alright, so, this is a little bit unusual. We're starting here with a loading screen. The reason being is that, due to the idiosyncrasies of how Victoria 2 works, I have to record using direct screen capture. I can't capture the screen of the application. So in order to do that, I'll have to leave and swap to the recording software, and every time I do that, because of the way Victoria 2 works, its file would crash. So anyway, welcome to Victoria 2. Now, we're in 1780. As you can see, we have a massive Ottoman Empire, the 1780 here. We still have England, Denmark, Norway, King Empire, the Mughals, the Safavids. The English 15 colonies, the French Dominion du Nouveau France, Spanish South America with things like... I'm not even going to be able to pronounce that. Florida, yeah. Also, the Iron Confederacy. Difficult to find a more metal name in history. Also, the Sahel expedition, Morocco too, so... yeah, it's quite a bit interesting. Dutch Cape. Macau's not even around either. United East India. Yeah. You should start hearing the music in the intro music. I'm not aware of which music will be run into copyright issues. It's going to be a little bit more difficult than usual, especially since there's no in-game music control. I will have to edit the playlist file directly if I want to share it. So yeah, in case you haven't realized from the title, we're going to be playing the Iroquois. Onwards and forwards. There's a lot of things different about Age of Enlightenment compared to, well, the regular game. For example, we don't have the regular conservative, reactionary, liberal. We've got absolutist, traditional, and parliamentarian. Absolutists are honestly among the best factions, since you can go up and down on social reforms 100% and 100%, well, actually 50% backwards. 100% backwards. They're not willing to go further in reforms, though, politically. The other ones are all a little different. Right. So, the special situation of Iroquois is that they start at war with, how should I put this? France and friends. Also, France happens to be #1 in the world. Yeah. Yeah. So, that's a terrible situation to be in. Right, first tech, let's just grab on some philosophy. Yeah, activation year 1600. Cost is actually 230. Also, I start with developing academia in order to slow down this. Start on the options tab. Disable micronations. Why not? I don't want to touch anything else. Yes, in order to westernize, I have to go through these 4 decisions. And then there's 3 special decisions for me. There's Iroquois irredentism, which is the only thing that is unique to the Iroquois decision-wise. Tribal war is something I'm not going to take anytime soon. This is the formable for all the Native Americans. I am not anywhere close to completing that now. Right, for the moment this all looks normal, right, with the trade goods. That's going to change soon. Education setup. Demographic position. Right. The modus operandi is just the little tutorial event. Whatnot. So, now that the game has fully initialized, we can go ahead and take a look. Yeah, every own province in the world has now subsistence farming. Okay, in actuality, it's probably not every province. There is one exception. Some boss down here happens to own precious metals, which aren't exactly as valuable as you would expect. There's also this one little province in Haiti. Yeah. Alright, I probably should stop doing the introductions and let's begin with this beaver war. I'll fix the economy after the war. Don't worry about it, an event will come soon. See? Just 3 months. I can either choose to continue the war, or decide, or lose all my cores in Miami, Powhatan, Ilowinek, and Shawnee. Who's Powhatan? Yeah. So I've got cores going all the way over here, however, there's no way I can just win this war. I mean, look at this. This is just New France and Avenanki, and they already have more than me. France hasn't even sent any of their troops in. They've got 60 brigades. I have 4. I have to accept a treaty. So what it does is it removes all my cores, outside of my own country, of course. And it forces me into the sphere of France. Alright, so let's get started with the actual going-ons. One of the special things about AoE is that there's new casus bellis for conquest. First off, tribal nations can tribal conquest each other. It's actually really open, so long as they have less than 8 states, and you yourself and the target are both tribal democracies, so you can do it. However, I'll take the tiny conquest since you need less than 100k pops. Since they have less than 100k pops, and, additionally, it gives less infamy. Oh, and the Great Northern War has started. Going up against the POC in Denmark, Norway. No, Lenape, I plan on conquering you. They're the easiest ones. They don't have a military, so I might as well go to them first. Fair enough, Jingoism. Okay, so I've got that tech done. Let's get to the next tech. I think this water wheel power would be best, especially since there's the invention of full siege wheel that I need to think of. Also, I probably should move to this. New York has... I forgot to fix up the industry. Okay. Go from this. I don't want mining here. Show empty states. Okay. Let's get a tobacco plantation. There's a reason why I would like to have tobacco. Because I don't want to deal with it right now. I'll explain it when it comes up. Silver. Iron. Build orchard. Yeah, this is how goods are. This is how the RGOs are produced through factories. put apostrophes there, or quotation marks. Cattle ranch and a sheep ranch. There. Altogether, those should do decently well. I just really hope I can get a lot of absolutists together. Another thing that's important is goods deposits. Since there's no longer any actual RGOs, instead things are handled via the goods deposit system. Each province has one of 5 goods deposits: temperate agriculture, exotic agriculture, mining, fishery, and wood production. These things only work if they happen to have a state of the correct goods deposit. So, for example, New York, I have temperate agriculture, which is why these 4 work. However, if I were to try to make, say, a fishing wharf, I'm unable to do so because there's no fishery. There's a negative 900% to it. So in West Virginia, all I can do is mine these 3 goods. Okay, there's technically a 4th good, but I don't have access to it at the moment. Salt. Yeah. Almost all of these factories can only work with one specific deposit of mine. There is one exception though. Salt can either be mined from mining, or it can be extracted from saltwater using fisheries. Additionally, development. Development's pretty important, not just because of that, well, requirement to westernize. It also provides me with research points. Development plus 0.65, as well as monthly prestige, 0.081, and development is the modifier on states. Most of your population will work the subsistence farming deposit. However, the higher the development, the lower the proportion of your population that does that, and the higher of the proportion goes to work in the factories to produce actual monetary goods that can be used for an economy. Alright, I'm ready. Let's go. Also, I have to admit, being Rom culture will also help raise militancy. And eventually I'm going to lose a small country modifier, which is artificially reducing my militancy by minus 0.3 per month. Just goes to show how hard it is to get any reforms passed in a tiny country. There goes my military. Oh god, okay. There we go. Do not extend slavery. And that's enough unrest. Let's restrict child labor since that has the biggest buff to dev speed, comparatively. And I can at least get 1 regiment from Pikeville. Yay! Alright, next. Sure, let's get Bombard Town. I'm probably not going to use artillery anytime soon. I just don't have the army size for that. Shawnee not has a lot of so we'll just do Chickasaw with hardly any. Chickasaw. Jingoism, of course. it's producing and it's got enough. All of that. That's probably okay. Yeah, it's definitely just from like Tennessee. It's certainly enough. There's tobacco. Yeah, enough from here. Left. Okay, let's expand your operations to do something similar to West Virginia. Set up a steel mill. Yeah, I should be able to effectively take care of that. Because I don't produce as much coal and iron. On the other hand, I've got the entire French economy behind my back, so... Cameralism. Yes, they can be renamed. Oh yeah, the Mosquito Kingdom's a thing. No, thank you. Push down here. Yeah, down here, the much push previously did not have developing academia, so they could just leave the tribal democracy thing behind extremely quickly. No issues, no concerns, and then just start getting a ton of immigrants. And build themselves one of the strongest economies in the world pretty easily. Well, surprisingly easily for a random tribal nation in the middle of nowhere. Wait, I wasn't looking. Clerical. Ooh, Age of Reason. The Age of Reason's good. Plus 40% dev speed modifier. As well as some prestige here, apparently. Okay, by this point I think I can just... Tiny conquest. I think if I absolutely have to, I can mobilize. Right, Pikesville is integrated. It's probably because they're all Native American minor and the Iroquois is Cherokee. In which they're not even accepted, so... Yeah. Hooray for Victoria 2 issues. Plus quite a few Afro-Americans in this direction. I like the shot. Oh boy, this is gonna get more fun. Okay, definitely mobilizing. It's gonna damage my economy somewhat. It's just Pikesville. Keep going down the death speed buffs. Okay, maybe not. That's really late. Galilean sciences, yeah, okay. Not new rationalism, and then start going down this way. So like a scientific rationality. That death speed buff is going to be extremely important for managing to get to that highly important number of 60% as fast as possible. Anyway. It's been about an hour. I wasn't entirely sure how long I would record for this first session. But since I managed to get through 13 years of content, of time, in about an hour, I'd say I'll do an hour every session. So expect to see videos that are somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes long. Yeah. So yeah. I don't exactly see much difference here. I don't know if I take a look at this little Port William right here. That's gonna be kind of important later. So it appears that Austria lost the war with Hungary, so Hungary's now independent. Aragon got put back. Yeah. Although Austria now knows really it equals 2. Why do you need to own Trondheim? Why? Also, I feel bad for Abenaki. Having to deal with this. Oh, there's no border change here, except for me. Yeah. How's immigration? Okay, it's Portuguese Brazil. Oh, and the British 13 colonies. And the Hudson's Bay Company. No one's touched Australia yet. I mean, who would want to? What? Okay. Anyway. Yeah. I'll see you again next time. Till then, bye.